From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They begin on the ground with Kamara. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing on second down. Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Carr completes it, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 17 yards for Alvin Kamara. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Let's go, man. This is your game, baby. Bring it. Get ready. Let's do this, man. Let's ride, dog. Who's gonna make a play, baby? Let's focus in on what we gotta do here. Do your thing. Man, I've seen that play. Let's rock and roll. Come on, baby. Rock and roll.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. From the gun, Mayfield. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara to the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 22-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 2nd down, Kamara gets around him, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a 2nd time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his 2nd first-quarter touchdown there. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Kamara. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
They run. It's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So 4th and goal. Their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start their drive, 12 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Opting to run again here with White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He completes this to Russell Gage. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
.47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. To throw his Carr. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Carr. Over the middle to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out come the Bucs now. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd down and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On third down, Mayfield. It's grabbed over the middle by White. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Carr now on first down. Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. He'll take it at the 42. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Now a dump off here complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And again, it's Mayfield. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Cade Otton.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Buccaneers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. Room here to run. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
On the draw, here's White.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 37. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Mayfield now. There's Evans again, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now back to the ground game with White.
Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Mayfield.
Otten brings it in over the middle.
Touchdown!
Cade Otten.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Carr. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Let's go now. Let's go.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
First down, here's White. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up a third down. Mayfield. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Here's Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. So what a comeback here. They looked like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a 4th quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there. They made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Let's go. Get it now. It's showtime, baby. You call it. You call it, baby. Let's do it. Do your thing. That's what it is. Let's go, baby. You know what we need, baby. Let's focus in on what we got to do here. That play a couple of times already. Get in there. Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing. All right, go get him now.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
From the 29, Carr. Throwing right, and that's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Levante David in on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5 now. Carr gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Carr now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like
The challenge flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
2nd down, ball on the 3, first down marker at the 1-yard line.
Throwing now is Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Throwing his Carr.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Carr, gotta have this one.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers have just about sewn up this football game.
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They stay on the ground with White. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. Second and 11. Now a give up the middle. This is White. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.